would like to invite Mr. Steve Bernard to the front.
Well, thank you. I am Steve Bernard. About 20 years ago, 2 decades ago, I was privileged enough to work with Josh Kleiner, Jason Moeller, Drew Chavez, and a bunch of other characters in coaching baseball over here. And we were really fortunate to be able to have both Andrew and Freddie Freeman to be able to work with. And I'm honored today to talk about Freddie and what he's done, my goodness, for this program back then and to this day. I want to thank Orange Unified School District for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank Principal Sandra Preciato and all the coaches who sought me out to allow me to speak. Now, Freddie, you don't know this, but I work at a high school about 35 miles down the road, and I do attendance and discipline.
Weird.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you a little anecdote about it when I'm thinking about what am I going to say. All right, I got this kid. He's within the spectrum. He's got some challenges, and I've been working with him for about 4 years. So he gets in trouble about 4 or 5 times a year. He comes into my office. I talk about life lessons. I talk about things you got to do to make a difference and make the right decision, and don't get caught up in the crowd, and always try to do the right thing. And he'd kind of get bored of that. And then I give him a consequence, and he wanted to negotiate. So we get in a debate. Things kind of worked out to where we could say hello to one another, but never really had a connection. About 1.5 years ago, I'm at campus. I see him in the halls, this smile on his face. He's beaming. Kid at Christmas. He comes running up to me. You coach Freddie Freeman. I saw it on the TV. The announcer said you were influenced. You coach Freddie Freeman. And he's just so excited. So excited. Anyways, needless to say, from that moment on, I kind of owned that kid. All right? He has been pretty much an angel. All right? He did make a mistake. It wasn't too long ago, a couple weeks ago. He got brought into the office. We're talking it out, and he just kind of gets real serious with me. And he says, I'm sorry. I didn't want to disappoint you. That hit me. That hit me. Because you cared enough to say something about your high school experience that affected him caring enough to know that I cared and making sure that I'm okay with him still. That's the influence you have. That's the power you have. And I wanted to share that with you because it's the fact that you care that we're here today. Now, to the part about that influence, I'm not sure. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, influence. Freddie never in his high school years, I don't remember ever seeing him spit or curse. I modeled that when I was the head coach here. Sorry, Orange Unified, but he was never influenced by any of those negative things. As far as, I mean, he's one of the greatest hitters the game has ever known. And as far as my influence on that, I would tell the team at the beginning of the year, gentlemen, if I ever feel compelled to talk to you about hitting during the course of this year, gentlemen, we are screwed. Okay? I never influenced anything that had, I think, a major effect on his life, because I credit all that to his family that's sitting right here today. I recognize that. I recognize how powerful your family was, and I especially recognize how powerful your father was. He was the only one I really got to know almost on a daily basis because he was here every day. And I know that your discipline, your work ethic, your thoughtfulness, your commitment, all that came from your family, and especially from your father, Fred, who deserves a round of applause because he did one heck of a job. That said, I do think Freddie recognized one thing about playing baseball here at El Modena. I think he recognized how much we cared. We cared about his attendance, his grades, his relationships with his teachers and his teammates. We cared about his well-being, both socially and emotionally. We cared about your future, and if this baseball thing didn't work out, we still care about you. We care about you being a good citizen, a good husband, a good father, and being the type of person who feels compelled to serve. You're a good person, you're a good husband, you are a good man, and you serve. Which is what brings us here today, to recognize how much Freddie Freeman cares. We see you mostly from afar through the lens of a screen, but we recognize how much you care in your words and actions. We see the hugs, the way you make others feel, including rookies, who you take by your side and become a supportive mentor. I think you got that from Chipper. We see the way you appreciate the fans and recognize that most of them idolize you. You're their most significant role model, and my God, what a role model you are. I can't tell you how proud of us we are of you. We know you care with your involvement in supporting childhood cancer research. We know you continuously demonstrate your caring by engaging with communities in need. We see your thoughtfulness nearly every game you play. Major League Baseball is better because of you. This clubhouse is another indication of how you show us you care. You know where you came from, and you choose not to forget this experience. It would be so easy with your career and family commitments to move on, forget about your past, but you are rooted to this school, and you choose to embrace it for the benefit of every Vanguard after you, who will enjoy what you provided and will hopefully be inspired to provide for others as you have. In all, Freddie Freeman is so much more than a great ball player. He is a great man. May we all be inspired to make a difference, to show how we care about the well-being and happiness of others as much as Freddie has shown us. Let us recognize and applaud Freddie Freeman for his tremendous contributions and his unwavering dedication to making this a better place to live. Thank you, Freddie.